Parents will be told it's against the law to keep their children off school. Our political correspondent Tamara Cohen reports from Berkshire on getting children back to school.
Back to school.
Excellent.
With a few unfamiliar new routines. At this private school in Maidenhead, all primary-aged children are back and spaced apart. The government will announce today that children must be back at school in September by law. It's expected primary school bubbles will increase from 15 to 30 children. Secondary schools are expected to include whole year groups, potentially a couple of hundred pupils, to mix with no distancing required. This school won't need to push the limits.
Even though you can keep year groups together, for example, our boys are year group sizes of 72, what we will look to do is to make sure we have maintain bubbles within that year group, so that if something does happen and if someone does come down with the virus, then we're able to isolate a smaller number of pupils. And that's really difficult for some schools in particular, because they have larger class sizes.
Secondary pupils in year 10 and 12 are back here already. The rest joining in live lessons from their laptops.
Schools like this have been able to bring back more children and provide pretty close to the full classroom experience for those at home. But under the current social distancing guidelines, that requires space and resources, which are certainly not available everywhere.
20 minutes down the road in Slough, 15-year-old Bilal shares a laptop with his 3 brothers.
My brothers usually have it from whenever they wake up, and then I'll start my work at 2 or 3 o'clock and I do it for however long I need.
Like most students, he's had no virtual lessons, but is sent work online or by post.
I've lost loads of months. From March onwards, all of that time I've lost, all of that content I've lost.
But is a full return putting safety at risk?
It would be best practice if children could maintain 1 metre distance from the school teachers and other adults. We have to remember that if anyone's at risk in the schools, it's going to be the adults, not the children. One of the good things that's come out of all the research that we've been doing is that we understand that children are not at risk of severe COVID.
Break time in their social bubbles. Despite the extra restrictions, this is a slice of relative normality, which the government hopes all children can regain. Tamara Cohen, Sky News, Berkshire.
Well, let's speak to our political correspondent Joe Pike. So determined then to get